I chose Coinbox by NCTM Illuminations for 3rd grade math. So the premise of Coinbox is to have children use a variety of strategies and tools to count coins or exchange coins or just determine the value of coins. So for the first game on this app, you can count coins. So if we look at screenshot 1, it gives you a set of coins and you need to determine the value. And you're going to determine the value by first exchanging the coins, the smaller coins, for larger coins. So in the second screenshot, we see that I had 4 nickels, and I put that in the first box where it says bank, and then I exchanged it for 2 dimes to make it a little bit easier for me to count them. So when the students are doing this, they're going to go ahead and they're going to exchange those smaller coins for the bigger denominations of coins, and then they'll put them back. They'll get those coins back. So when I exchanged those 4 nickels, I got 2 dimes back into the white area, and I went ahead and counted those, and I saw that my value was 73 cents, and I typed it into the top box in screenshot 3, and I was able to check my answer and know that I got it right. So for the next game, you would be doing the exchanging of coins. So in the first screenshot, we see that it says we are going to exchange for the fewest amount of coins. So I have a lot of smaller denominations, a lot of pennies, a lot of nickels. So again, in the second screenshot, you see me grouping together coins to get to the same amount as a quarter, 25 cents. I saw that I had 2 nickels, a dime, and 5 pennies. I could get a quarter back, and I could easily count and determine that I had 51 cents instead of going through and counting all of the smaller denominations of coins. So in my 3rd grade classroom, they can go ahead and get that practice and that familiarity with not fiddling around with smaller denominations of coins and going ahead and exchanging those for something larger, which will help in the later games. So in my next slide here, I'm collecting coins this time. So they want me to collect 64 cents. And I knew that I could go ahead and collect 2 quarters, a dime, and 4 pennies instead of doing like 6 dimes or however many nickels I would need, and it would go a lot faster. In 3rd grade, kids are still really used to counting by 5s or counting by 10s because that's what's easy for them. But it's a lot faster and it's a lot more efficient for them to go ahead and get those 2 quarters and add up 25 cents and then add up another 25 cents and get that dime, which is why the counting and the exchanging games in the earlier slides was really good practice to lead up to collecting, because now they can play the collecting game a lot more efficiently, which is what the goal is of these games, for them to learn how to count money more efficiently. So in the very last game, we are changing values. So you're giving a scenario. You owe 81 cents. You give someone $1. How much money would you get back? So we have these coins in the far left side on the bottom, where we can grab our denominations. And as you can see, I went ahead and I grabbed me a dime, a nickel, and 4 pennies. And there's this cool little tool in the bottom right hand corner. It's a cent sign. And when you click on it, it actually tells you the amount of each coin. I've noticed that kids sometimes can get confused and forget what each coin represents, especially when the majority of the coins are all the same color outside of the pennies. So it does help for them to remind themselves and they can go ahead and compose those amounts and check themselves before they have to type in the answer in the box to check for the game to check them. And then there's also another really cool feature. You can click on this grid button also in the bottom right hand corner, and you will be able to get a hundreds grid that represents $1. And if you fill it up in this top right screenshot, it says I had owed 69 cents and I gave $1. How much change? I went ahead and filled up my change, my 31 cents that I owed, and I could count the rest of the boxes to see if it was 69 cents, to see if I was right before I went ahead and typed my final answer. Or as you can see in this bottom right hand screenshot, I had put in my 77 cents I had owed after I had given $1, and I was able to count the rest of the boxes to see exactly what my change was. So those are two really good tools that students can use to check themselves, or as just an extra digital manipulative for them to figure out the change that they need, and also determine the smaller denomination since now they are given a visual.